So when people come talking to me about, say, moderate my tone, I'm not going to moderate my tone. This is a men's channel. I speak on behalf of men and what men want.
I originally called up to ask if you were interested in someone, what would be the time frame for that? So I
What would
don't
be
know
the
how
if
long
you were
that.
interested in somebody? Okay, let's answer that question. If you were interested in somebody sexually,
Yeah.
okay. If you're interested in somebody sexually, what should be the time frame before you have sex?
Yes, you're saying somebody is old coochie credit is on the first
Date one.
date one.
Yes, because I need you to pay attention. What I'm about to say.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you what most men think is you get 3 dates. 3 dates. And what is a date? When I meet you, it could be Starbucks, it could be dinner, it could be movies, it could be at the park. 3. First date, you get the first time you kick it, get to see each other. But you should already have not. You should not accept a date from a man that you cannot see yourself having sex with immediately.
In addition to the obvious risks of sleeping with a man too soon, there are also biological reasons why a woman should not engage in this behavior. Men and boys have been using the same tactic since forever, saying if a woman won't sleep with him, then the next woman will. And now Kevin is trying to put a spin on it and saying you're at risk for losing a high-value man if you don't sleep with him on the first date. When a woman has sex, she releases a hormone called oxytocin. It's a chemical neuron in the brain that is released and she becomes bonded to the man. It's the same chemical that's released that causes a mother to bond with her child. The man's level of oxytocin is not as strong as hers, and that's why he's able to walk away. A man can have sex with many partners in one day and is able to walk away from all of them, and that includes you.
When one human being touches the other human being, in both of them, their body, there's a release of oxytocin. And if you touch someone again and again and again and hug and kiss and, right? Even especially when the orgasm is there, there's a big surge of oxytocin. And oxytocin act in the central nervous system on the neurons and develop emotional bonding between the human beings. Is that right? That is why it is called bonding hormones. Bonding hormones, right? And here I would love to mention one thing. Usually females release more oxytocin as compared to the men. That is why usually females get more strongly bonded with the men, and men do get bonded but weakly, and they can drift away easily. Is that right? And women can never understand why men don't remain loyal. They're designed wrongly or differently, I must say.
So she has sex with him, but she doesn't know him. It's a false feeling, and she thinks he feels the same way about her. And this is why she feels so hurt and can't understand why he would ghost her. What's worse than ghosting her is if he sticks around and they keep having sex, but he turns out to be a bum. This is how so many women get stuck in abusive relationships, or have children by deadbeat dads, or get bonded to a man if he's married. She has sex with him before she knew he lives in his mother's basement and doesn't have a job. She didn't know that he had 3 children with 3 baby moms. She didn't know that he's been to prison. So out of one side of Kevin's mouth, he tells women to choose better. And on the other side, he tells women to sleep with men on the first date. This is why a man cannot tell a woman what she should do with her body.
So ladies, if you get past 3 dates with a guy that you've accepted, you got some explaining to do. Let me be the first one to tell you, this is what these guys are thinking, because these guys are gentlemen. They have class. They ain't going to pressure you for the draws. They ain't going to try to pull the draws off you. But understand, especially if you're over 35, you got some explaining to do.
Just out of curiosity, who are these gentlemen Kevin is speaking of? Just because they're high-earning men doesn't mean they're gentlemen. Doesn't mean they're nice or even respectful, especially if they follow Kevin's advice. And we can all see how rude and obnoxious he is.
Now, some ladies are probably thinking, what? What? But yes, ladies, 3 dates. One, two, three. If you get past the 3rd date and you have not had sex, there's something wrong. Let's talk about it. If you get past 3 dates and you have not, and here's the thing, you should, if he makes an advance, you should reciprocate. But you should also be open. It's not one way, ladies. See, far too many of you ladies want to play games, want to be coy. And you don't do that with guys at this caliber because, honestly, they're not down for the games and playing. That shit was over in high school or college. We're grown. I can take you to Ruth Chris, or we can go to, name some places. Ruth Chris, Papado, Morton Steakhouse, whatever, wherever you go. You get 3 of those dates. And those are premium dates. I'm not talking about, the Tom Likas $30. I'm talking about, I don't go to places like that. But I'm talking about the kind and caliber of man. See, ladies, you got some explaining to do because the guys want to know, why do you think they should continue to spend money? $200-$300 dates, 5 or 6 or 8 of them. They've already given you 3. You're grown. Your STD panel is clear. You've asked all the questions. You've got it all out. You know what he wants. Y'all stuff is lined up.
And we all know men don't lie. First of all, women give access to relationships and sex. Men have control of marriage. Kevin wants women to believe that men have control of relationships, and he's trying to get the men to dictate when he can expect sex from a woman. So think about what he's saying. After 3 dates, a woman is expected to have sex with a man. Let's say that a date lasts 4 hours. 3 dates means she's only known the man for 12 hours altogether, which means she doesn't know him at all.
Ladies, where is it? Because he's given his, this is how most men think. I've done my part. I've done the kabuki dance of dating. I've invested. Where is the return? And this is where you ladies get twisted. You start thinking like, so I'm obligated to, in a man's mind, yeah, most guys think you are. I'm not gonna lie, they're gonna say, yeah, you are. You're obligated because you knew from the rip that I wanted to have sex with you, and you knew that we're grown and we know how this is supposed to work. We're not 16. You're acting in bad faith.
The problem with Kevin Samuels is the average everyday man who most women come in contact with are listening to his nonsense and think this is how they should act and this is what they can expect from a woman. But what they may not understand is women can buy their own dinners and drinks. So offering 3 dates to a woman, then expecting sex is not a bargaining chip for them. Black women have already let it be known that they don't need a man for those things. But wanting a man to be loyal, faithful, dependable, loving, appreciative, be a provider and a protector, and be respectful will get men a lot further than trying to offer a woman something she can get on her own. So Kevin is trying to reduce intimacy down to a business transaction. He says she's acting in bad faith. That's wording from a business contract. What Kevin is doing is throwing black relationships down the drain by making women resent the men who listen to him.